A truly democratic decision-making process needs to be sensitive to the views and participation of excluded minority groups within the school. In any classroom, you will always have a small group of students that tend to be in the minority, tend to be excluded for whatever reason. You need to make sure that that group also becomes part of what the class is trying to do in terms of learning and building on environmental education. So if you truly want a democratic process, everyone needs to be involved, and not just in the talking phase, but also in the action phase or the implementation phase. So as the teacher, as the school head, it is your responsibility to make sure that all students in your care and under your tutelage come in and are actively involved at all stages of learning about the environment. In most cases, the participation of adult stakeholders, such as parents and teachers, should be sought, but their voice should not override children's preferences. Again, involve the parents. There are a lot of parents that are educated, or a lot of parents that are involved in community service and doing things. With the teacher, try to get some parents involved. Those adults should come, supervise, facilitate, monitor, but not take over the student discussion. You need to have people who understand environmental education, who understand the rights of students, who understand that students should be given opportunities to speak and display and talk about what they think is important, share what is on their mind and what their concerns are. You will be surprised when you allow students to share. You will be absolutely surprised as to certain things that you didn't think of, students have thought of. And that is why providing the opportunity as the facilitator, it is important to let the students speak their mind. So involve parents, involve stakeholders, involve people from environmental agencies like the garbage disposal people or the security squad or the hospital people, because all these people are involved in creating the environment within your local community. Call them, talk to them, let them discuss with students what students have to think and say, and contribute to a more fruitful discussion, remembering that you, the adult, is only the facilitator, not the contributor to the discussion. School buildings and grounds can be made more friendly, safe, and sustainable through various concrete actions. Ask students, what can they do to make the school building and grounds more safe and secure for themselves and for the rest of the student body, and of course, for the teachers as well. You will be amazed at the kind of ideas they can come up with. See, talk about costing. What is the cost? What low cost, no cost options are available? Students will come up with ideas. Young people will come up with ideas that don't necessarily cost ₹1,000,000 to work out. And so, understanding, because when children think, they understand. They don't have money, they don't have finances, so they think within their means. And that is why involving students in such issues and products and discussions is absolutely essential. What you won't think of, our students can think of and do a fantastic job in trying to tell you how something can be done at a no-cost, low-cost budget. Common activities include planting trees on school grounds, introducing solar water pump projects, harvesting rainwater, installing wind pumps, improving waste management projects, and upgrading school playgrounds. So lots of opportunities where students can come in and contribute. Planting trees is not a difficult thing to do, and trees eventually over time will provide shade. You don't want ornamental trees, you don't want decoration trees, you want trees that over time, 5, 8, 10 years down the line, will provide shade. Introducing solar water pump projects, especially in areas where, in our case, electricity is an issue, and so solar energy or wind power or harvesting rainwater, all those kinds of things can be worked out. A lot of rainwater goes normally to waste. How can you harvest the rainwater? How can you keep and secure and store the rainwater and use it over time? Waste management is another issue. You need to see what can you do with all the waste that schools generate, classrooms generate. You can't just go on creating and dumping it out in the skips. It's not going to work. You need to see how can you reduce the waste that we produce. And finally, playground. You need to upgrade playground. Upgrade playground facilities means upgrading them for safety. How do you make sure that the equipment on the playground is safe? No one will get hurt. The equipment won't fall down. It won't break down. If it's broken, how do you repair it? When do you repair it? How long does it take to get repaired? And so on. So you need to focus on a lot of issues at the same time. And so if you group students and let them work in different groups on different issues, you address multiple issues at the same time. You don't want the whole school talking about one issue. That's a waste of time. You want different classrooms or different groups of students talking about different issues.